Alexis?
Dan Fanchen, that's right. This is all new and exclusive information that we're bringing to you right now. We just talked with the Superintendent, Doug Carter of Indiana State Police. He tells us he's confident they're getting much closer to finding Abby and Libby's killer. And investigators are still working around the clock tonight. But we just learned from the superintendent that they have recovered a very important piece of evidence from the crime scene that is linked to the killer. That's the first time we're hearing any of the information about what was found at the crime scene. And also, this is an active and ongoing investigation, but with that key evidence and a suspect profile, police tell us they're getting closer every day to that killer, and they want him to know that. Right now, they're still going after him with the mindset that he could very well be a local. Now, the FBI profile that is in the works right now will give police a better idea of who exactly they are looking for, because they do have that voice and they do have that grainy photo, but this looks at behavioral aspects of that person. So behavioral analysts from the FBI can identify certain personality traits, behavioral traits, and lifestyle things that the suspect would have. All of that information then gives police clues to what kind of things they can be looking for when they're serving those search warrants here in Carroll County and around central Indiana. Now, we talked exclusively to Superintendent of Indiana State Police Doug Carter tonight. He tells us that they have several pieces and parts, but they're still looking for that one piece of evidence or tip that's going to crack this case.
I know that we have the human element. We have a very solid science element. We're using every capable process that we have from a scientific perspective, as everyone would expect us to, and we will continue to do that until there's nothing left to do.
Would that include DNA?
It does.
Okay. Was DNA found at the scene?
It includes DNA.
We haven't ruled out the possibility that it's a local person. Every time we can clear somebody, it gets us closer, where we're confident that somewhere in these tips that we have some valuable information. Every time we can eliminate one, we can move on to the next.
Now, family members will be speaking to us for the very first time here in Delphi tomorrow, and investigators are hoping that when the grandpa, it's Libby's grandpa that's going to be speaking to us, when he talks and people see that in the community, that somebody who may be holding back information will hear their plea. Obviously, it's going to be a very emotional time for the family, and maybe that will be the connection that somebody needs to give these police a break in the case. So maybe if they are withholding information, when they hear Libby's grandpa talk tomorrow, that's going to be the key to getting them to speak out. Obviously, those tips keep coming in. The reward keeps on growing. But police once again asking anyone who recognizes that man in the picture to please come forward. Reporting live in Delphi, I'm Alexis McAdams, Fox 59 News.
All right, Alexis, thank you so much. Meantime, in the wake of these murders in Delphi, a safety task force has now been formed to keep people walking the trails near Delphi safe.
Our breaking news tonight at 5:30 continues in Carroll County, where the nearly 24-hour search for two missing girls is over tonight. These images that you're looking at here from Drone Cam 13. We flew it over the area where the 13-year-olds went missing yesterday afternoon. And from these pictures here, you can see just how remote the area is. It was late this afternoon that the news broke that many of us feared all across the state. The discovery of two bodies.
But the sheriff would not go as far as saying the bodies are those of the two missing girls.